Hi, President Obama giving a preview of tonight's State of the Union address.
We can go in two directions. One is towards less opportunity and less fairness, or we can fight for where I think we need to go. Building an economy that works for everyone, not just a wealthy few.
So will that theme resonate with the American public tonight? We're back with Mark Thiessen, you know Mark, and we're welcoming in David Kuznets, former speechwriter for President Clinton. And of course, Mark, you were former speechwriter for Bush 43. Let's start with you, David. What do you expect President Obama to do tonight?
I think he'll talk about what it takes to build an economy that's built to last. He'll talk about the need to invest in infrastructure and the skills of our people, and also to do it in a fiscally responsible way. I think it's going to be a very high-minded speech, and it's going to offer some themes that will become stump speeches later in this year.
And Mark, you could also factor in inequality. The rich have had it too good for too long. Channel his Kansas speech, correct?
Yeah, exactly. He's going to go with class warfare, it sounds, which is a problem because, look, Obama has a problem that he has to fire up his dispirited liberal base, but he's also got to win back independents. And those are contradictory problems because to fire up the base, he's got to give them the red meat of class warfare. But look, 2/3 of independents in a Washington Post poll this week said that they disapprove of his handling of the economy. He's not going to win those people back with class warfare and political attacks. So he can't do both.
Hey, David, the president also knows it's a State of the Union. That's his job as president, but he wants another 4 years. This is a campaign speech, right?
I'd say first that if you want to hear class warfare, you should play the tapes of what Speaker Gingrich and Governor Perry were saying in the South Carolina primary. That's class warfare.
I think you're right.
What President Obama is going to be talking about tonight is how we all have to pull together as a people to make the investments we need in the future to build an economy that's built to last. And that's what he's going to talk about.
Right, and the conclusion is that for the president that the upper class have had it too good and are not doing enough.
He's not going to say that. What he's going to say is that everyone needs to pull together, and that as presidents from both parties, starting with Theodore Roosevelt in the last century, have said, the responsibility does begin at the top, but everybody has to pull together so that we all benefit together.
Hey, Mark, we did talk about what you indicated that Bush 41 could help the president here. How?
Well, you know, if David's old boss, Bill Clinton, when he was in a similar circumstance, he said the era of big government is over. If Obama tried that, he'd be laughed out of the House chamber. Ronald Reagan in '84 said it's morning in America again. He'd be laughed again. He tried that in Recovery Summer, and it didn't work. So I think what he's doing, if you've seen, is he's been going around the country running against a do-nothing Congress, saying we can't wait for Congress, announcing executive actions to go around Congress, and he's going to talk about that tonight. That's exactly what George H.W. Bush did in his State of the Union right before the election that made him a one-term president. So if that's the strategy he's using, I don't think it's going to work very well.
We don't know what's going to be in it, but we know the president will deliver it flawlessly. He's a great speaker. David Kuznets, thanks so much for coming in. Mark Thiessen, you too. Great to see you guys. All right, and by the way, coming up, you can see the State of the Union right here live.